Hi, welcome to my review show. Today's guest is the GSG-16 with a 9-inch barrel. But before we start, I have to say my guest does not speak English. He brought an interpreter. Unfortunately, he is not feeling well today, so he managed somehow to find an Uber driver that can interpret for him. However, this Uber driver does not want to be in front of the camera because he says his family doesn't know he drives for Uber. They think he's going to be the next Elon Musk. Okay, so that's okay. We both are wearing headsets, so whatever he translate, I will hear it and then I will relay it to you. And so I'll be speaking for both of us. So why don't we start? And let me introduce to you GSG-16 with a 9-inch barrel. Welcome to the show, and he says he's glad to be here. So now my guest was supposed to be here back in October of last year, but I heard you were held up at customs. What happened? You were held up because of your ass. Your ass? Yes, something about my ass. Don't you mean butt? Like butt stock? Oh yeah, okay. He's trying to be funny. He's calling it an ass stock. Okay. What happened to your butt stock that the customs didn't like? He actually doesn't quite know what was wrong with it, but he does have a picture. Can I see the picture? Oh, here it is. And this is what the picture looks like. Hey, I recognize that stock. Yeah. It looks like a GSG-15 stock. And did it have that hinge? I can see where the problem is. If it has the hinge, that could create a problem. It doesn't matter if it doesn't fold. Because it has that hinge, it means the intent, it was made to fold. Yes, of course, the GSG-15 had a folding stock, and that's why it was rejected. So that's understandable. That's how the RCMP lab works. But with that stock itself, I love that stock. I have a GSG-15, and it's solid. It has adjustable cheek rests. Very comfortable, very easy to use. So unfortunately, so this is the replacement you got, the M4 stock. Okay. So that is what the delayed is all about. Yes. So so how was the flight coming back, returning? You what? You never left? That was like October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May. That's like 9 months ago. You guys stayed in the cargo, in the secure warehouse this whole time? Oh, because it was Oktoberfest, it turned out to be October to May Fest. Okay. Man, you guys know how to party. So it was like an 8 months October to May Fest. Okay, that's good. That's good to know. So you guys weren't cold or anything like that. So I guess you guys partied the whole time there. Okay, let's get rid of the specs first. Did you bring the specs I asked for? Oh yes, you did. Okay, here. I see it right here. Okay, the overall length, not including the flash hider, right up to the barrel, which is right about here, to the end of the butt stock. No, it's not an ass stock, it's a butt stock. It's 27.5, retracted and extended is 30.5. The additional muzzle is 1 3/4 inch. The LOP, the minimum is 14.5 and the maximum is 17.5. Minimum is 14.5. I usually feel pretty comfortable at 14, so a ½ inch doesn't make that much of a difference. But 17.5, what is this for? A Jolly Green Giant or something? That's pretty long. Okay, the weight, the with the magazine, it's a little over 5.5 pounds. Wow, that's interesting, because you lost 9 inch a barrel, and yet you gained half a pound more than the ATI GSG-16, which I reviewed 2.5 years ago. That's interesting. You gained the weight, so I'm kind of glad you gained the half a pound, because that's one of my complaints I had 2.5 years ago about the ATI 16-inch barrel, is that 5 pounds was it just felt too light. So I'm glad you guys did something about that. And I guess maybe it's because some of this aluminum here, the stock, and maybe this is steel. We'll talk some more about that. And the average trigger weight is 4 pounds. If I remember, the ATI was about 4.8, so there's a slight improvement in that. Oh, okay. They made it a standard, the adjustable trigger screw that was in the FCG is now installed as a standard. Okay, so we're done with the specs. So do you mind if we start from the back and work our way to the front? May I hold you? Oh, as long as I don't fondle you, you'll let me hold you. Okay, fine. Okay, you're a funny guy. So let's see. Let me hold you, and if I touch someplace inappropriate, you'll let me know. Okay, this is an M4 stock. It's I like it. Now I'm just going to show to you, and it is super comfortable. I love M4 stock. I got a whole bunch of stock that I could easily replace, and this is a standard stock. And this one has a rubber pad and a couple of slots here for slings, and there is a release catch right here, and it moves, extends about 3 inches, and extends by 1, 2, 3, 4. What? Am I squeezing it too tight? Oh, okay, sorry. 5 and 6. So it extends. I lost my train of thought. It extends by 6 different positions. So I love that. Okay, now this stock might look recognizable to some of you guys as the MFT stock, but this one, it's not. There's no letters on the side that says it's an MFT stock. And I also noticed that this stock has a slot right in the back here with 3 holes on either side. That might be for cheek rests. I'm not sure, but I think that's what it might be. And there's also a hole up here. That's also might be for cheek rest. And it's probably very simple to remove. And you just push this pin downwards, and this whole stock would slide out. And of course, there's a buffer tube right here that's made out of aluminum. I have a magnet right here. Let me test it out. Yep, it falls off. That's made out of aluminum. The castle nut sticks. So that's oh, sorry, I was being a little rough with the magnet, he says. Okay, that's the castle nut. Sorry, it does stick. That's made out of steel. And this extension, the tube extension, it's made of aluminum. Okay, now this attachment, I love this design of this attachment because it looks very similar to my PDW favorite stock, and it's squarish, and I like it. Let me check. If you don't mind, I'm gonna wiggle you a bit. Yeah, there's like my PDW, it does wiggle a little bit, about 1 millimeter movement. And what I usually do is I just put a electrician tape inside, and that will stop the wiggle. Okay, moving forward, let's talk about the rails. It still has the same rail, that hasn't changed much, and the rear sight is also the same. It has that unprotected aperture sight in the back. There's a 2-piece rail that are running on top, and the front is the same. 2 straight ears protecting a center post. Now the post is not adjustable by itself. What you need to do, and this is why they give you a whole bunch of different heights posts. There are 5 regular posts, different heights, and then there's 5 with a that's rounded. So, and 1 extra rear sight, and there's a couple of Allen wrench in there, and there's 1 dummy round in there, orange dummy round. So that's how you change the height of your elevation, is to change the entire front post. Okay, so let's move down to the receiver. The receiver looks the same. So basically, if you you could put other fixed stock, that's no problem. And also the grip, the lower, looks identical. It has that finger groove on the grip, and the selector is ambidextrous. Looks the same as before, no change there. And okay, now the magnet's sticking to the grip. So what's in there? Oh, it's a secret, huh? What is it? Okay, this is, he tells me they put in a 1/2 pound of steel rod in there, and this is where they got that 1/2 pound of extra weight. Oh, I like it. And I see, if I were just to put my fingers on either side, it stays vertical because all the weight is at the bottom right there. See that? And so when I'm holding it, it won't tend to move left and right. I like that. So there's a 1/2 pound of rod that's in the grip. Let's see the trigger. Now, obviously, everything is the same with the FCG, except they put the screws in for adjusting the trigger. Other than that, it's everything is the same. Let me remove the tab, and let's see if it has the BHO safe BHO feature, and it does. It will not close on an empty mag. Okay, you see that? It does. It will not. I have to remove the mag, let it go, and then I need to, if I want to fire without a mag, will it fire? It will not. So that's the same as before. I have to put in a magazine before it'll fire. Now let me pull the trigger. Okay, it still has that long travel. Okay, and then it feels about the same, the trigger, but as you know, it's about 1 pound lighter. Okay, now the mag catch is ambidextrous. You can remove it from the right thumb, or that's my left thumb, and now I can do it with the right thumb. Yeah, ambidextrous. You can do either one. Is there any change to the bolt? No, the bolt is the same. Bolt is the same. Okay, FCG is the same except for the adjustable screw. And let's moving forward. This is new. Yes, they listened. Us North American love to do the MP5 slap, and that alloy cocking handle would break all the time. So they listened and they made it out of steel. I love it. It's good. It won't break. So you can tell it's made out of steel. My magnet is sticking to it. That's another big improvement. Unfortunately, with the hand grip, a hand guard, I love the M-lock that's underneath these rails. I don't like the rails. It's uncomfortable to hold, and I don't know why they can't use one of these rails and make a sight guard to protect the rear sight out of that. I don't know. They should. and then take another side rail and make a finger stop, so my hand does not accidentally move forward and touch the hot flash hider. If you do a rapid firing, a dump, that can get very hot. So if I accidentally, there's nothing stopping my hand from going forward. So I wish that's what they would do instead of putting these rails on. Okay, they can leave the bottom one, but definitely get rid of the two sides. I like to see the M-lock. Okay, now I see obviously the change because of the barrel change. We have a different, we don't have the fake flash silencer anymore, or suppressor. We have a fake flash hider. And I don't mind a fake flash hider because a real flash hider is kind of useless with a 22. And this is easily removable by, they actually give you an Allen wrench to undo the set screw right here, and then this unscrews. Simple as that. Nothing too complicated. This is made out of steel. As you can see, it sticks to the magnet. And there's your 12mm barrel. And without the flash hider, does it wobble? It does not. It holds pretty good. Okay, so as you know, we have a non-restricted requirement. It has to be a minimum of a 26-inch. Without the flash hider, from there, to the end of the retracted stock is 27.5. So it well meets the requirements. Okay, about the magazine. The magazine hasn't changed. It still holds 22 rounds, but I normally put 20. Okay, same. Nothing has changed. Has that that tab that helps load the rounds. Okay, now the manual. Page 11, it says you can dry fire, not a problem. Page 11, and you'll notice that this is not specific for the 9-inch barrel. Basically, it's basically everything is the same. The operation is the same. Matter of fact, most of the disassembly would be the same. So I'm not going to be doing a disassembly, a full Monty on this. But you can tell that this 9-inch barrel was just made for Canada. So sorry to the people who's living in our neighbors to the south. This is not meant for you. Maybe it'll come to you guys later, but for now it's not. So if you don't mind, what I'm going to do is I'm going to dress you. You're going to let me dress you? Oh, as long as nothing kinky? No, I promise you, it'll be nothing kinky. I'd like to show my viewers what you can do. Really simple steps, nothing fancy. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. I have redressed the GSG-16 9-inch barrel. How do you like it? Oh, you do. You like it. It's good. What I did is I replaced the buttstock with a Magpul buttstock, and I removed the two rails from the sides, and I added the vertical Magpul vertical grip. And doesn't the handguard itself looks beautiful, looks nice without the side rail, and it's a lot nicer to hold. You can even cut off these screw holders. What? They're not screw holders? They are your nipples? You got 6 nipples? Okay, he has 6 nipples. Okay, leave them. Fine, don't cut them off. I'm okay with you leaving, just in case people want to put them back on. Those might like it. I don't know. In any case, but look at it. It looks great. That's the one thing about GSG-16. They're so easy to redress. You can change them to any way that fancy you, and it looks great. And some of you who was wondering about the fixed stock, will the fixed stock fit? Would this fixed stock, CYMA fixed stock, qualify? It does. You don't have to worry about that. So that'll work. and yeah, they listened. They listened to the Canadian consumer wanting a 9-inch barrel, and they delivered. And us North American has the habit of doing MP5 slap and breaking the alloy caulking handle, and they have now made them out of steel, unbreakable. Love it, love it. And personally, I did not like the weight. I like it a little heavier. They added a half a pound of steel cylinder in the grip. And also personally, I hate the stock that I originally had from ATI. And of course, not now they have changed it to an M4. And I love it. I have lots of M4 stock that I can change. So kudos to GSG for listening to the Canadian consumers. Okay, so that's about it. Thank you to my guests for coming and letting me handle them. And thank you to my viewers. Please hit the like button and please subscribe. Thank you. Oh, and also to the interpreter.